Hey guys, so real quick before we get started, I just wanted to say happy holidays and happy New Year's. First, even though I know this holiday season is dramatically different for everybody, I thought I should still say it because, still the holidays and this episode is coming out the week of Christmas. And also, I wanted to say a happy new year because this is the last episode of 2020, but don't worry, we will be back. I just wanted to take a moment to say that and also to thank you for listening to us. I know it's not a lot of listeners, but still thank you, even if you only listened to about 5 seconds of any of the episodes and just decided this podcast was not for you. You still gave us a chance, and I just really appreciate that. So I hope in 2021 we're able to continue doing this, putting out more content. And yeah, I'm very excited where the future of this podcast goes. I also wanted to thank our one friend who ran our social media account at the beginning for a while, and also our other friend, Sam, who edited episode 1 to 4, including the BTS bonus episodes that we did. To take some pressure off of me, especially when I was still going through school and it being my last semester for graduation. Sam, I wish you all the best of luck in going back to school. I know you're going to do great. You're very smart. So you're going to do awesome. You're going to crush it. You're going to get that degree and get in the career that you want to get into. So just want to say congratulations, good luck, and I hope you enjoy my gift I sent you. Anyway, just wanted to say that. Like I said, by the time this comes out, it'll be the holidays. So this is a special episode I recorded when I visited my family back in early November. Don't worry, we literally stayed inside a house the whole time, but we just wanted to get out of town. So I hope you can enjoy our banters, the chaotic mess, and some words of wisdom since everyone, including Nafees, is older than me. So thank you guys, and we'll see you in 2021. Hello, everyone, and welcome to I Was Thinking with Nafees and Simone. I'm Simone.
And I'm Nafees.
And today we have some special guests to talk about this special episode. I think this is going to come out around the holiday, so I figured since you're going to be probably spending time with your family, you can hear my family. So I'm going to introduce everyone. First, sitting next to me is my big brother, Ed.
Hello.
Next to him is Michaela. Hi. Next to her is my brother-in-law, Frankie.
Hello.
And then we have Rebecca.
Hello.
And then Matthew.
Greetings, Earthlings.
Earthlings. Yes. This is Nafees' first time meeting them.
Mm-hmm. Nice to meet you guys.
So, Nafees, what are we talking about today?
We are talking about life in our 30s and in our 20s.
Yeah. Before we get started, though, how's everyone doing? How's everyone feeling?
Great.
Good.
Feeling good.
Yeah.
Anyone nervous about being on here?
No.
This is a little bit of jitters.
Yeah, it's like new.
What are you talking
Something
about?
new and fresh.
Not for you.
That's true.
What do you mean by that, Simone?
We have 2 stars.
Yes, we have 2 people that used to do podcasting, but we don't know what happened to those episodes. So, kind of veterans, kind of not. How does it feel to be back at the mic?
I feel like I'm back at home.
Yeah, it feels natural.
Yeah, this doesn't. You don't seem very natural.
I know. I feel like everyone's looking at me.
I feel naked.
Like the microphone's looking at you.
There's that red light.
It's omnidirectional. It's looking at all of us.
Nafees, how are you real quick? Because I haven't talked to you in a week. I've been stuck in a house with them, so.
I'm good. Things are good.
Stuck.
Stop.
Not stuck.
Okay.
Wow.
Calling you an Uber right now.
Right?
You want to drive me all the way back to Florida?
No, just to the Howard Johnson down the street.
Oh,
the
okay.
motel.
I thought you were going to
Motel
feed me to the
6.
Bears.
Oh, yeah, we could do that too.
Just roll me down the mountain.
See 'em.
Nafees, how was your week?
It was good. Not too bad.
That's good. Did you get all your work done? Anything crazy with school?
I did. I'm actually ahead of schedule, so this weekend was a good weekend.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nafees is a teacher and she's also a grad student.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What grade level?
12.
Oh,
Oh my goodness. you're doing the Lord's work.
That's everyone's expression when I say that.
What subject?
Physics.
Oh my goodness.
Everybody ain't able.
Ah.
There's not enough Bloody Marys in the world for that.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember anything from physics. So.
I never even took physics.
I think I took physics to avoid taking chemistry. Because I didn't take chemistry in
I
high
think I took
school.
chemistry either.
We took bio, then chem, and then physics was an elective you could take.
Wow.
I
Yeah.
took college
For me-
algebra 3 times
Really?
in college. I never got to physics.
His ball is never like going up and down. It's like, bam.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, God.
College algebra was very hard.
It was.
It was so hard.
I took it with Ed the first time.
Yeah, I can attest to that. In high school, college algebra was like, it went over my head when I took it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I dropped the class eventually, but I mean,
What's that?
I said I dropped the class eventually and then took it when I was actually in university.
Gotcha.
But it is pretty difficult.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. What about what are you in school for?
So I'm in school for health administration.
Wow.
hmm
And
Yeah.
Help change the planet.
Yeah, I finish in August. So hopefully things go well after that.
ooh. Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Are any of you guys still in school? Are you guys like working?
Are you doing more schooling?
Yeah, we're working.
Like you're
Yeah,
always
working.
doing schooling. Yeah.
All working,
That's good.
Yeah.
taking care of kids,
All the above
All of the above.
all the
when
above.
it comes to me.
Some of us aren't working.
I mean, I'm not working either.
Oh. Some ones of us are not working.
Same one.
Some ones.
Yeah, if you can't hear, they started calling me Sim1 on this whole trip.
Oh,
I don't
wow.
know. I don't. Did you ever tell me the story? It's my
It
like
just
AI
came to-
name apparently, which is interesting because of our last episode. We were talking about
we were
like
just talking about that.
the SM girl group and the AI. So
hmm
Wow.
weird. I didn't even tell them about that. So I told Matt.
You told me.
Did I tell you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't me.
Oh, I told somebody.
I'm just forgettable.
You're not forgettable.
So forgettable.
Let's go down.
Oh God. Okay. Back to our topic.
Yes.
I mean, that's a song that you probably don't know about.
I don't. Well, yeah. So basically, the reason why I have my family here is because I don't know. I thought it'd be interesting to talk about.
Talk about what, Simone? Talk about what?
Yo, I thought it'd be interesting to talk about the difference between people in their 20s and 30s and just how life is going on. And like, sometimes I hear the saying, or me in general, I just think, is your life really better in your 30s and 20s? Because you know how everyone's like, oh, your 20s are like your best years. Those are the years where you have to do this and that. But I don't know. I feel like you're still kind of a kid, especially in your early 20s.
Yeah. No, I feel that.
In this episode, I'm very outnumbered because I'm the only one under 25 and everyone else is over. So this is going to be an interesting topic as most of the 25 and under opinions are going to come from me. Unless we're going to want to go get the kids, but that'd be like 10 and under.
That's true.
And I don't know if they can really talk much about their experience in life.
You never know. We might learn something new.
And then Nafees is in her late 20s. So.
Okay. All right.
So she might be able to relate to you guys
Oh, definitely.
more. Yeah.
I mean, I can relate to you too.
Well, yes, but I don't know. I feel like there's some things I talk about that you don't. Well, I don't know. You're kind of in the middle, Nafees.
That is true. That is true.
What year did you graduate high school?
2011.
Can't relate.
No.
Can't relate.
It's a different decade.
Mhm. No.
When did you graduate? It was 08, right?
07.
07.
Oh, wait.
05.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We're the elders, so listen to us.
Yeah.
That's why Frankie's at the head of the table.
Exactly.
It's the
If
senior.
you can't see, I'm Princess Diana waving.
You're definitely the
And
meanest
you
among
can't
us.
because it's definitely. That's what happens when you're in your 30s. I'll start this conversation off. It's better because you're just can be mean to everyone.
Well, you know more, like you know yourself more and you know your boundaries more, so you're just like, no. Like,
Yeah.
you don't take people's crap anymore
Exactly.
as much. Yeah.
Exactly.
I
for
like
sure.
it. It's definitely like a fine wine as you get older.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. with age comes betterness.
Mhm.
You know, everything gets better with age,
Indeed.
except for like your physical body.
Yeah. That's the theory at 30.
Yeah.
It's like, welcome to your 30s.
Yeah.
Knees hurt.
It's like literally as soon as you turn 30 years old, everything just starts to decline.
Yeah.
We
Yes,
are
we
good.
are.
And then you get kids interrupting you.
Yeah. Can't live your
You hear
life.
that, world?
Yeah. Well,
But when you're so cute, you know, how can you say no?
No,
But
no,
actually, you do
no,
have
no.
to go down.
Yeah.
But we are
Bye,
saying no.
Yeah. Turn around and do it properly so you
Even though
don't
you're
fall.
very cute.
Milo.
Turn
cuteness doesn't
around.
give you everything.
So what kind of topic you want to talk about first?
It's more just like an open discussion, just like how you started before Milo came up. So whatever you think, and you can compare it to like how you were in your early 20s to how you are now, if you think it's better or worse or different experiences, you know, things like that. You know, I'm not at the age yet, but I don't know. Did you guys feel as stressful as I do now? Just like thinking about your future and like if you're going to be successful, not even just like in this established career, but just like in general.
No.
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 You weren't stressed about that? Oh no, lucky.
You mean now, right? In our,
No.
In our
When you
current
were
When
in
you
your
were in
20s.
20s,
Yes.
did you feel stressful?
Very much
The
so.
stress I feel now. 'Cause
Well, we had one, like little ones. Like I was pregnant at 21, so like
Oh, yeah.
I was stressed personally about like I just need money. Like I didn't really think about like what do I want to be when I grow up. Like I didn't have the luxury of that opportunity, so I was really stressed about just making enough to survive. Really, so now
Yeah.
that I'm in my 30s and we're like at a good place now, I'm like, oh, what do I want to do when I grow up? So I feel like maybe I didn't have like the normal experience, but that was my experience.
So you're full of hope and wonder now.
Yeah, and and I feel like for me it was better because in my 20s I didn't know anything and I thought I knew a lot but I didn't know myself. I didn't know like I wasn't happy with who I was, but now like that I'm in my 30s, like I feel more comfortable in my skin and more confident. And like Frankie was saying, it's like the older you get, the more you just don't really care like what other people have to say. And like you're more like you'll be able to be more confident and speak up for yourself. So
Yeah.
I like my 30s way better than my 20s.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm the first person to say like I feel like your 30s are a lot better than your 20s, just because you're more established. Well, some people like are more established and like you said, comfortable with themselves. What about you, Nafees? Because I mean, you're not 30 yet, but
No, I can agree with that because like a few years ago, I thought I was pretty like mature and like knew what I was doing. But like now when I look back, I'm like, oh my God, what was I doing? What was I thinking? So yeah, I can definitely attest to that. Like the maturity gets better.
Just wait till you're 32 and you come into contact with someone who's 22 and you're like, is
You're
that
like,
how I was when I was 22?
Like you're a baby.
And it probably was, and it was ridiculous.
You know, I have that thought all the time when I look at my students. I'm like, did I act like this when I was 18? I don't think so.
I mean, I do that now. I'm 23, but when I look at teenagers, I'm like, was I this crazy? But like sometimes I feel like I can't attest to that because I was pretty calm as a teen. I wasn't really one to rebel or like party. I still don't even do that now. So like, I don't know if my experiences for me saying 30s are better is just because I don't really do the typical early 20s going out, partying, staying up late or not. I don't know. I don't know if that makes a difference or not.
I think you can relate to the fact that you feel stressed about what to do next.
Oh yeah,
Like
especially
everyone.
since I'm almost done with college in like a month. I'm like, oh, what's next?
Yeah. Everyone feels like that around this time.
But Ed, because like I know you said earlier that you felt really stressed when you were in your early 20s about like trying to figure out what you wanted to do with your life. Like now that you're 30 and look back, do you feel like, man, I shouldn't have been stressed because I had more time? Like I had.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like if I had to tell myself anything when I was in my 20s, it'd be to just relax.
Mhm.
Like
Enjoy the ride.
life is just getting started. It hasn't even really gotten started because I feel like once you hit your 30s, that's when like you can actually start registering events that happen in your life.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't know.
I think that too. I
Yeah.
agree. Yeah. Like you think at 20 you have to know everything or like, you know, your next steps or know who you are. But and 30 is like such a scary number. And then you hit 30 and you're like, am I really 30? Like, you know, like you feel
Yeah.
great. So it's not like as big of a milestone as like people, or as scary, I would say, of a milestone as people make it seem
Right.
like it's going to be.
Exactly.
It's also different too, because I feel like since we're living a lot older, like people are not dying at like 80.
Mhm.
So you just have more time.
Did you guys feel yourself getting older? Like as you were crossing from your 20s into your 30s, did you feel it?
Like physically or mentally? Or both?
Both.
Both.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More foggy mentally.
Words like
really?
doors and closet get harder to remember
Yeah.
in a sentence.
Did you feel it like physically first or mentally first?
I felt it mentally first.
Physically for me.
How so? Like what changed?
I remember there's been multiple times when I've sneezed and I've thrown my neck out.
Like a 50-year-old man.
Yeah.
Honestly.
That was it for me.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely 30 now.
Yeah.
You think that's gonna be different when you're 40? You're gonna throw out your whole back now when you sneeze?
Probably.
It's true. I would say the worst is probably the hangovers physically. Like
Oh,
when you're
yeah.
in your 20s, you can rebound from a hangover in like
Nothing.
a minute, and now it's a day.
It's a day. It's
full
at least a full day.
You are on the verge of throwing up until 5 or 6 o'clock when you start drinking again, and you're like, "Why am I doing this to myself?"
Mhm.
And then you remember the state of the world, and you're like, "This is why." It's a coping mechanism.
What about staying up late? Because I mean, all you are pretty much night owls. You'll stay up late now, so.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't stay up late.
No, it's just because we're on vacation
Yes.
technically.
Yeah.
My bedtime is like 8 o'clock.
Oh,
Mickey
yeah.
knows.
Yeah, but even on vacation, we haven't been staying up that late. What time did you guys go to bed last night?
I went to bed at 10.
Yeah, that's
We went to bed.
That's really early.
Yeah. We went to bed around 10
Yeah.
too.
A lot of my friends still stay up to like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning.
See, no,
Yeah, that's
even I
right.
can't do that because like now I go to bed at 9, but I also wake up like super early. I'm
Yeah.
up between like either 6 or 7. So I don't know what that's the difference is. I've never been a night owl.
But when I was in my
Me
early
either.
20s, I would stay up till 2, 3 in the morning and then wake up at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning.
And be great.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Be like, that was nothing.
He loves to tell these stories. Tell another one.
When I was young, I used to work overnights at Dunkin' Donuts, and then I'd take a 30-minute nap, and then I'd wake up and go to class.
Oh my God, really?
No, I'd take like a 3-hour nap.
Like that's better than 30 minutes. I mean,
I'd sleep from like 6:30 to 9:30, and then wake up and take my classes.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
well,
No.
there's no point of that now because we're in a pandemic, so everything's online.
Yeah.
I mean, you still can, but I don't know. And I'm kind of different because like I don't really have assigned Zoom classes like I know a lot of people do. So I literally, they're just like, okay, here's your assignments, due date, go for it. Which like is good and bad at the same time because like I like being in a classroom setting, like teach me what I need to know instead of like having me do the research because then I procrastinate.
Mhm.
But
Mm-hmm.
you know, I'm surviving. Because Nafees, you have like Zoom meetings for your classes, right?
Yeah, every other week.
Every other week. Wow.
I feel like as I've gotten older, I've gotten more ADD. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
where
I
was,
feel
like,
the same way. I
so
can't concentrate.
focused. Yeah. I
Like
was-
being able to like read books when I was younger, or
Yeah.
just like
now
yeah.
I'm like,
Can't
I
relate.
start like 8,000 things.
You can't relate to
never
what reading?
finish.
when you were
To
younger.
never not feeling ADD.
Uh,
You know?
maybe I'm
Last-
just noticing it now, but
Yeah.
yeah.
No,
Last night was the first time I finished a book in like literally 10 years.
Like,
At
really?
least 10 years, yeah.
When was the last time you finished a book?
Last night. That webcomic.
What about the psychedelics book?
That's not
wasn't
real
a
book.
book. He literally read
I
everyone.
listened-
For the
I
record,
listened
he
to
read
that.
a 3-page PDF and said it was a book.
It was not a
For
PDF.
the
They were webtoons, and there were 11 parts to them. So
Wow. I thought you meant like a real book like Michaela's been reading.
that's a real book. What's your definition of a book?
Well, what is the definition of a book?
She's not reading a book. She's reading a novel.
It's still a book.
A novel is a book, though.
So then how come a web
It's
comic
technically a prose
is not a
or
book?
a graphic novel.
I mean, isn't that like a graphic? No, never.
A graphic
mind.
novel, which is what?
But it has pictures.
What does it have in the name?
A book. It's a book. So that's that. I finished my first book.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Ever. No, that was an audiobook. I audiobooked that one. So I guess like Frankie doesn't consider that reading a book. But if we do that, then and it's been a great show, guys. Thank you so much.
You're not using your eyes to read, so I don't consider it reading a book. You're listening to a book. To read, you have to use your eyeballs.
And like actually look at the letters.
You're still processing.
You're still processing.
You're just not reading.
I'm absorbing the book.
You're-
I didn't say I read a book. I said I finished a book.
I can go with that. I can go with that statement. You finished a book.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I do technically say I read this book. Like if someone's like, "Oh yeah, The Murder of Monte Cristo," I'm like, "Oh yeah, I read that book," but I just listened to it.
It's not like they're gonna know unless you tell them, like you told us.
Yeah, unless my own husband exposes me
On air.
on air for millions to listen to, and it's like, oh my god,
Millions.
I'll never be famous.
Let's hope to at least get like 80 listeners for now.
80? Wow.
I don't know how many people listen to that. Aim low so that when you get the high numbers, you're more excited. I mean, how many people do
No,
you
no,
guys
that's
have
high.
listening to you?
We don't want to talk about it.
How many people are here? 6?
And Dad, occasionally. 7.
Yeah. No, but the most that we ever got was in one episode, I think was 110.
That's amazing.
That's awesome.
That's pretty good.
Thank you.
So when you're talking about 80, I'm not saying that's low, I'm saying that's high.
Okay. Well, let's aim high then. Let's aim high, Nafees.
Yeah.
That's right. That's good. 80's good.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all got it?
Yeah.
Thank you. So, do we want to switch this over to pop culture between the ages?
Sure.
Before we switch,
Yes.
if I may, how do y'all in your
Can we
20s?
hear that in the background?
Oh, definitely. In
All right. Well, Frankie's making a drink.
Well, you should have asked if I want to
Family, y'all.
So in you guys' 20s, like how do y'all handle conflict and like how would you rate your communication levels?
Communication.
That's a good question. It's better than my early 20s.
Are we doing this on like a number scale from like a
1 to 10?
1 to 10?
Yeah.
Like just with anybody, maybe a 4, 5.
Okay.
I think that's also just because I'm really shy. I'm not as shy as I used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I get like that sometimes. I mean, I am getting better, but I still think I struggle. I struggle still with like going up to people and starting a conversation. I still struggle with small talk.
You know, you say that, but you're like actually a lot better than me when it comes to that.
I'm good at it in a work setting, but just like normal, if I'm trying to go up to someone where I think I want to be friends with them, it's still a struggle.
I still struggle with that.
Yeah. So, and then I know there's always a joke where like Gen Z people were like not afraid to do this and that, but we're still afraid to like make appointments with a doctor. And I'm like, yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
So I know Nafees isn't considered Gen Z. I'm the only Gen Z here.
I'm not sure what I would be considered.
You're a millennial.
Millennial. Yeah, I guess.
92?
Yeah.
Yeah, the cutoff date. I don't see. There's a weird. It's either Gen Z starts at 97 or starts at 95. I'm not really sure when. I think it starts at 97.
As a true millennial, I'll Google it.
True. Okay. But yeah. So.
Google.
And then I don't know if you guys are good at like expressing your feelings in your early 20s, but I still struggle with that a little bit. What? Oh, yeah. What about you, Nafees?
So the scale is like 10 the best at communication and 1 is the worst.
Yes.
Is that
Yeah.
the scale? Oh,
Yes.
okay. So right now, I think I'm at like a 5 or a 6. It's definitely better than what it was before.
You're also a teacher.
That is true. Oh, am I talking about like personal life or like professional
Yeah,
life?
personal life.
Oh, personal life, it's probably like a 5, but professional life, it's around like an 8.
Okay.
Nice.
Because like I have to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
True.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you would be a millennial on the feast because you were born in what year?
92. 92.
Yeah, I think it goes to 94, 96.
Oh, okay.
Between 24 and 39. That's a big
It's a huge, it's
15 years.
But then Gen Y, one, I don't know.
What is Gen Y?
Really, I don't know how to use Google.
And then what about conflict? Like when you guys have a situation come up at work or in your personal life, do you like more so call the person out, like pull them to the side, passive aggressive?
It depends on how comfortable I am with that person.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
Typically, I just ignore it, but like I said, it depends on the person. I don't know.
I think mine depends on the person and the situation, because there's some stuff like annoy me, but if it's just so petty, there's no point in me bringing it up because it can turn into something bigger. I won't. But if it's like, especially at work, if it's something I feel like will be detrimental to whatever we're working on, I will say something. So I don't play when it comes to working, especially if my name's on it.
I prefer being quiet because sometimes I struggle with saying what I want to say in a nice way. So I just choose not to say anything at all.
Yeah, you don't want to be assertive and sound mean, right?
Because like when I'm mad, like I'm so straight to the point, like, I don't know, people don't take it well when I'm to the point. So I just prefer not to say anything.
But that's their problem, not your problem. If you're being assertive, assertiveness isn't mean. It's just setting boundaries, and that's healthy.
Yeah, but like at the workplace, it gets awkward though. So I just prefer not to like deal with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's as you get older, you'll like it a little bit more. But I used to feel the same way. It's like you don't want to be mean, but boundaries are healthy in relationships, whether it be personal, working, anything. And if people don't react well to your boundaries, that's their problem, not a you problem.
True. Yeah.
Because that means that they're not respecting you and they're not in a healthy relationship with you. Like they're in a relationship where they want to take more advantage of you, whether they're conscious or subconscious of it. They're putting their needs first, but you also have right to take up space in that relationship and be able to voice your opinion and your boundaries. And if they can't respect that, then they don't really respect you truly.
We have Rebecca, the word of wisdom over here.
No, that's a very strong point that you made, though. That is true.
So don't be afraid to take up your space and to voice your opinions, because you matter just like they matter and their opinions matter.
Yeah, I think for me, though, that's definitely a work in progress. It's better, though, but still a work in progress for sure.
Me too.
It always will be.
I feel you. It's hard, especially the closer the relationship. Like if it's your family, it's really hard, especially parents.
Yeah.
It's very hard. But at some point you realize like just like friends, your parents also need good, healthy boundaries too. So
barbed wire fence around.
Right?
Yeah.
Electrical. Yeah.
You can call me once every 3 days. Tops.
That's my mom.
If you answer.
I always answer.
Is it your other family?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
My secret family.
Not your secret family. What about Frankie's family?
What do you mean?
What secret family?
You mean you think that I answer their phone calls more than yours?
All eyes are on you, Simone.
Wow. I didn't realize that you were in my phone book.
I would like to be in your phone book. Or is that an insult? I'm confused.
No, going through his calls.
Oh, going through his calls?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant just like contact list. I'm like, well, I would hope so since I'm your sister.
No. I mean, like...
The joke went over my head.
Who is this for calling me again?
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, Simone, hey. Hello, it's your sister, Simone.
I'm trying to keep my...
All right, pop culture.
Thank you, Matt. Keeping us on topic. Pop culture.
So that's one of the instances where I wouldn't bring it up. Like, I wouldn't confront him because he just did something really rude. But, like, it's not worth confronting him over it. So we'll just let that slide. I'll make a mental note. And if he does it again... Well,
you're going to bring this up when the podcast is over. So...
Oh, I thought you were talking about Ed.
Oh, no, he already knows.
He already knows what's up.
I don't do anything. I'm just sitting here. It's not this Have a good time.
Welcome to I Was Thinking, where we express our thoughts and opinions. Literally the theme of the podcast. So it's free game. It is free game.
I'll let you guys talk about pop culture.
You don't think you're into pop culture that much? Just like music, dance, television,
Kind of, but,
anything?
like, not so much.
No? What was you guys' groups in, you know?
Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera.
Backstreet Boys, NSYNC.
B2K?
Mhm. Imagine. I don't think anybody knows.
Usher was big.
Was big.
Smash Mouth. All Star.
Is that a band?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They sang the theme song to the first Shrek movie.
Oh, that song.
You guys are old. I saw that when I was 1 year old.
No, Shrek came out in what? 2005?
One, I think.
One?
2001.
Yeah, it was 4
Yeah.
or 5.
Yeah.
Maybe because I just used to watch it a lot. Shrek's like one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
Shrek's a good one.
It's very good.
What about you, Nafees?
What was the question?
Pop culture, like from when you were younger. Because I mean, I know you and me listen to K-pop. I just mean like before that.
Okay, so when I was younger, who was popular? NSYNC was popular. Backstreet Boys were popular. Britney Spears were popular. Like whatever was on the radio is what I listened to.
Pretty much everything that they echoed.
Yeah. But I was never like a fangirl, if that makes sense.
Yeah, we still kind of grew up in a time before iTunes, really.
Mm-hmm.
Like before.
Yeah.
Even, well, no, you
Or
guys could
curated.
download music, right? Just like legal. Well,
Pay for it.
Yeah.
LimeWire.
What was the one before
But
that?
that came up.
Napster.
But that came up like while we were kids.
We were in
Middle school.
middle school. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But radio, I would say, was probably still our like main source of music.
Yeah, I remember recording stuff off the radio on a cassette,
Oh,
waiting
yeah.
for it all day to
Yeah.
come on the radio so I could record it.
Yeah.
That was Casey and JoJo.
It was always Casey and JoJo.
Mhm.
I mean, I grew up with radio too, but that was when I was young. We had cassette tapes and, you know, little floppy disks.
Oh, floppy disks.
Floppies.
I remember having a computer come out when I was like, in middle school?
Mm-hmm.
That we had computers, and I think like our computer only did like Microsoft, like Word and all that. And then we finally got dial-up.
Dial-up AOL.
Yeah, you'd have all the AOL discs around your house.
Yes. Yeah. Getting on AIM.
Mm-hmm. AIM just died recently.
Oh.
Yeah,
They still had it?
they still had it.
Dang.
Yeah.
What?
Does AOL still exist or is it gone?
I think AOL
It's
still
still there.
exists. Yeah.
They're owned by Yahoo.
It does?
That's what I thought.
Oh, okay. They're owned by Yahoo, apparently.
Oh, okay.
I
That
didn't know
makes sense.
Everyone's just buying everyone out, becoming a big conglomerate.
Then like 5 companies are going to own the world.
Well, we're 2 ways of having Mickey on the flag, so soon.
Oh, like
Wow.
Disney owning everything?
Yeah. Which is interesting because they keep finding ways to not have Mickey Mouse go to public domain because he's basically expired, so he should be in public domain right now.
Can't they just renew that though? Like a trademark?
Yes and no. It's complicated. I can't really think right now to explain it.
I mean, because
Because it has to go with like copyright and stuff like that.
Because the patents on medications run out, so, and then they go generic. So you'd think that, and I'm assuming they can't renew them because if they could, they would.
Right.
So I don't know.
And it's different with entertainment, and let's be honest, how much money you put into stuff. So y'all enjoying your
ASMR.
Yeah. I love that sound, literally. That and the sound of gravel.
I'm the only one who
Like when I'm
hates
like walking on
the
gravel.
sound of ASMR.
Yes.
I can't stand it.
Really? I don't really watch it, but if it's on, it's okay. It's certain things. I can't do anything where people make noise with their mouth. Ugh, it's
Yeah,
disgusting.
that's gross.
Hell.
But
Like
like
the people that eat like huge lobsters.
like, why?
Nasty.
Why are we? Yeah, like why are we listening to you eat? That's so gross.
People like that apparently.
Mm-hmm.
More like your generation likes that.
Not my generation. Not me.
What was
Who is
that
we?
thing?
You like ASMR, Nafees?
No, not at all. Not at all. It's uncomfortable for me.
It's just creepy.
It is creepy.
And like I have sensitive hearing, so like if someone whispers, like I don't know, I just start freaking out.
Yeah, I can't do whispering either. Anything you put them out.
Yeah. That's why I'm like terrified of bugs, because I can hear the buzzing they make really well, even if they're like far away. So it's pretty bad.
That's like a superpower.
I'm just really sensitive for some reason.
That's cool.
Is it though? Because like every 5 seconds, I'm like brushing off my arm thinking there's something on it. And it could just be the wind.
Could be the wind.
Could be the wind.
Do you get overwhelmed when noises are loud or unexpected?
Yeah, yes. It depends. Like, I'm okay with loud noises, but like, if they're too loud, it depends what mood I'm in.
I was going to say it might add to your anxiety, like if you've never noticed that as a trigger.
Maybe. I mean, I listen to music when I do my work, so...
See, my brain can't do that. I start taking what I'm listening to. I'm like, too busy. I'm like, say brain can't think that way.
Yeah, I can't read and listen to music at the same time.
Yeah, no. I won't be able to like concentrate.
Because I'll like say the words that I'm listening to, but I need to like mentally say the words that I'm reading in order to retain it. I can read, but it's all going to go in one ear and out the other. I'm not going to remember anything I read.
Yeah.
I think that's how I've always been.
Me too.
I never have been like a music reader.
And I have to cover my ears, like if I'm concentrating.
Yeah.
I have to plug my ears.
Yeah.
I just do that because I don't like the quiet so much. So that's why when I was younger, I always had the TV on. But then when I got to college, it was just so quiet in the dorm room. So then I'm like, okay, I need some type of background noise because the quiet's kind of freaking me out. So
I love silence. I'll drive with like no music, no nothing. Just driving away.
you think that's also a generation thing? Do you think you guys handle the quiet better than we do? Because we have like access to like all these videos and music and tablets, just technology in general.
Yeah, like my playing growing up, I would play by myself, play like Barbies. So any noise that was being made was me. Such a sad and lonely childhood.
Don't you have a brother?
I do, but he was a brother.
Oh, okay.
You know brothers, big brothers.
Yeah. I mean, ours was kind of different because my brother is a lot older than me. So
A lot.
because when I was in 5th grade, you were like already gone.
Yeah.
Dang, I didn't know.
So I basically technically grew up as an only child.
Wow. I didn't know it was that big of a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, my brother he's 2 years older than me, but he's just a brother, doing his own thing.
Yeah.
What do you mean by he's just a brother?
Well, they like,
You know how boys are.
Yeah, just doing his own thing.
Yeah.
Got his own life going on. Brothers. Mickey knows what's up.
Exactly. Even though Mickey's the oldest,
There's
but
3 brothers sitting at this table. We're all like brothers, huh?
This is what you guys say about us behind our backs.
I guess some code.
Are all of you the oldest of your families?
No.
No, so
No,
Michaela and Matt are brother and sister, and Michaela's the oldest.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm the youngest in my family. Well, yeah.
And then Frankie, you're the oldest,
I'm a
right?
middle child.
You're the middle child.
My sister's older.
Okay,
born.
yes.
Yes, the best child.
Firstborn.
You don't seem too happy about that.
You two are the firstborn.
Explains a lot.
Yeah.
Nafees, so you're the oldest, right? Because you have siblings.
Yeah, I'm the oldest, and then I have 2 younger brothers and 1 younger sister.
Okay.
Is it hard to relate to your younger siblings, or are you close enough where you can relate?
Not really. So my brothers are, the one right below me is like a year younger than me, and the one after him is like 4 years younger. My sister right now is 15, but like I don't have an issue relating with her because she's into like the same stuff I am, so it's fine.
That's good, and it makes it fun. So.
Yeah.
Does she watches like Korean dramas with you and stuff, right? Or no? No.
Not really. Her taste in Korean dramas is a little different than mine.
Oh.
But she's more up to date with like the K-pop stuff and like music and things like that. She's really into politics too, so it's always fun talking to her.
Interesting. That's really
Awesome.
cool.
Yeah.
I was telling someone this. I think Nafees, I need to do better with my like knowledge of politics as I get older, especially because I need to know like these changes that are happening because obviously they're going to affect me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They will.
I'm interested
sure.
to see like Millie and Milo and Izzy and Gabriel, like our kids, because they are like all into Trump and Biden.
I know they were all into this election. Like Milo last night, he's like, Joe Biden won. There's Joe Biden. I'm like, this is so cute.
Yeah.
You watched the speech with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's interesting what their generation is going to be like politically,
Yeah.
and how active they're going to be.
You can tell it's changing because even this election, like more younger people, besides like other races, like I think more Asians this time voted, and like more younger people around my age and like probably between 20s and 30s voted. So if they're already into it and they're like under 10, I'm sure it'll just get even more.
Did you guys care about politics though? Like early 20s, mid 20s? Or was it just like in the background?
Probably around Obama.
Yeah, just the primary elections.
Yeah. I think that's where I'm at too. Like just the primary elections, but like Senate and everything like that. I still don't know who they are and what they stand for. So
Yeah.
Because like, are you into local politics too? Like what's happening in our area, or do you know anything about it? Because I have no idea.
no, I don't.
Yeah, that's what was tripping me up with the ballot, like voting for certain amendments. And I was like, okay. And then the way they word it, you think you're voting for one thing. And I'm like, wait, what if I answered yes, but I really meant no because the way you worded it. So
You gotta watch them.
exactly. Super tricky. Just gotta know how to read them. Another thing about getting older is focusing more on politics.
Yeah. And realizing how more important local politics is.
Yeah.
Than, I mean, it's good to be active in the big races, but your local politics really, especially like if you're like Nafees or you're working in the school systems, like that really matters, like who your school board is, because they make all the decisions for you
Yeah.
and things like that. So
No, what is your job again? Do you work with schools tech?
yeah,
Yes.
I'm a school social worker.
School social worker. Yeah.
So I'm all about those school politics.
What about you, Mickey? I feel like you've been a little quiet.
Oh, I've been agreeing.
Call me out.
Mickey's like, I'm still 23, y'all.
Right? I wanna make sure everyone's
25 forever. I don't know about this 32. What y'all talking about? It's nice to see we have more similarities and differences.
Yeah, and I think it works too because even though I'm like basically the youngest in this whole group, I pretty much grew up around you guys, so I feel like I act like you guys more than if I grew up with people my age.
Yeah.
So that's another thing, like when I'm trying to make friends, it's harder to make friends around my age. I always had friends that are older than me, even if we're in the same grade, they're at least like a year or two older. So, and like even now, like Nafees is older. Our friend Sam, who edits this, is older. She's what, 25? Yeah. And your other friend who's doing our social media is around your age. So, but it's fun. I like being the baby sometimes. It comes with some perks. Some can't break.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I think I wanted to ask Rebecca, Matt, and Michaela something real quick. Do you think your 20s was different since you guys had kids earlier? I know Rebecca talked about it a little bit, but
For sure.
I mean, I know you don't obviously regret them, but it's don't start laughing.
Not right now while they're quiet.
Are we still live?
Yeah. I just mean in general, do you think your life would have been different if they weren't here?
Oh, yeah.
100%. Not, and we can't say whether or not it would be better
Yeah.
or worse because it would just be different.
Yeah.
Like there would be less responsibility. We would have made different choices career-wise, money-wise. Like our money would have been spent on other things. I mean, we would have just done different things, like probably gone to Vegas more, been to Europe already. But we also probably wouldn't have a house.
Yeah.
We'll be on the second house.
Yeah.
So
Rubbing it in.
not rubbing it in, just, I mean, that's one of
We
the,
wouldn't have a house.
Our second house.
this is one of the accomplishments that I feel like came quicker because we were parents.
Yeah.
That's all.
We had to definitely focus and buckle down. Like I'm a wanderer, I feel like by nature. So I probably would have been like traveling and
Peace Corps.
like doing just different things with my life. But then I wouldn't really have focus, or there would be a lot of things about myself that I wouldn't have learned, and I wouldn't have personally grown as much, I feel like, as I have. Like I would still be a very angry, selfish kind of person. So I definitely think it was for the better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was a different path. We get there.
Everything happens for a reason.
Exactly. Yeah.
I agree.
And I'll still be young and hot when the kids are like 18. I'll be like,
That's
"Not
true.
Exactly.
Exactly. You'll be the hot mom.
You know?
What about you guys, like BJ and Frankie? Because I know you don't have kids, but you've been talking about them, maybe. Don't start acting like my dad, because he says that sometimes. I'm like, no.
Your dad. I almost told him, I was like, are you ever going to put a shirt on again? I was like, you know what? I'm asking if you're ever going to put clothes on. That means
This is a problem.
that's a problem.
Oh, man. Anyway. We love you, Dad, if you're listening to this.
Shout out to Eddie.
Shout out to Senior Ed.
No, I feel similarly to Rebecca's thoughts, but like the opposite. So I feel like now we need to come to that stage, Frankie and I. Like for the past 8 years, we've been like hanging out, partying, stuff like that. And it's like, okay, we gotta buckle down at some point, you know? So, but I think like there's two paths to go to the same destination, which is like contentment with where you are and just letting go of all your dreams.
Wow. That's a goal.
That went dark super quick.
You guys were pretty big partiers in your early 20s, right? Well,
I was.
late. Michaela.
No.
See, Michaela's so quiet, but like,
now she's gonna talk.
especially
Let me reminisce on the girl.
in the car, like on the way here, the music we were listening to, I'm like, it's always the quiet ones. They always say it's the quiet ones.
Only imagine.
Got any interesting stories?
What kind of music are you guys into now?
Lots of smooth jazz.
I was gonna say Max to a lot of like calming meditation type smooth jazz.
Bossa Nova, soundscapes. It depends though. Sometimes I get in my ratchet moods, like when I just want to drink and bop. So I don't know. It's more calculated music decisions.
Old man bop.
Yeah. I listen to it all. Truly. I listen to like TikTok stuff or I listen to older stuff.
Because he's a cool dad. He's not like other dads.
I know all about TikTok. That's what keeps me young. Oh my goodness. I know about all the trends. I know everything that's going on with the 15-year-olds.
And yet I try to stay off of TikTok as much as I can. The only TikTok I really enjoyed was that Angel one about the meteor.
That was funny.
Oh,
Oh, it was funny.
That was good.
I'm not on TikTok. I'm super out of the loop.
Yeah, I have no idea with TikTok trends.
Oh my God.
I
It's
need to
so
get on it.
great. It's so funny.
Don't do it, Nafees. Don't do it.
Oh, it's so great.
No, it's not. He's lying to you.
You'll literally spend like an hour. You open the app up and then what's that?
I said my kids are trying to get me to do like TikToks with them, and I'm like, no, this is no.
Oh my God.
I can't vibe with
Sooner
this.
or later,
Sorry.
you might be like a viral hit and like doing some type of TikTok dance.
True, but I don't know if I'm comfortable with that.
right.
I feel you.
How about you, Michaela? What type of music you listen to?
I listen to explicit music. She says it so sweetly.
I know.
Usually from 10 to 15 years ago.
Back in her heyday.
Back
important.
in my party days.
In my prime.
Frankie.
I mean, I have the worst taste in music.
See, and that's why I don't like sharing like my music either, because sometimes I'm like, oh, I really like this song. When I go online to like people that listen to the same artist, like so and so, this is their worst song. I'm like, okay, I mean that's my favorite song in the world, but whatever.
You do you. If it makes you happy.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
I like listening to
That's a word.
Britney Spears, Lady Gaga, and then like Broadway stuff.
Yeah, that's Matt. He loves Broadway stuff.
That's what I was listening to on the drive up there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 'cause it's like music and story.
Right.
It keeps you engaged and
Right.
you sing along.
That's another thing that comes with age is you do you, like you do what makes you happy. You don't care. I mean, obviously you'll care what other people think to an extent, but then like you think about it and you're like, you know what?
So
I don't care. I don't have time for too many friends in my life anymore. I have family.
Amen.
Like,
Okay, because honestly, like Nafees, Sam, our other person, and Macy are pretty much my only friends right now, and Precious. It's like what, 5,
I mean,
6.
it's hard to keep friends when you get older.
It
Some
is.
people are really, really good at it, but it's hard because you're doing your own thing and you like, you have more obligations, you have less energy. So it's like slowly it just whittles away and you have this huge group of friends in college and then, you know, slowly it gets smaller and smaller and smaller and the important people are the ones that are left with you. So
Yeah, that's real.
Yeah. I can really resonate with the whole energy thing, how you just don't have energy for anything.
Yeah.
You're too young to not have no energy for anything to feed.
No, like I know. I have a very limited source of energy.
Oh, it takes one to know one over here.
What? What you trying to say? What you trying to say,
I'm trying
Frankie?
to say that.
I do though. Yeah, no. Yeah, I like to keep my peace, my energy. I've always been like that though. Yeah. That's probably another reason why I don't really didn't have as many friends growing up, but like I'm just a really calm person. So it takes me to be really comfortable with you to like obviously show you my weird side.
What's happening over there?
It was a fly. I forgot we were recording.
Yeah, we're still recording. It's fine. It's fine. You know, we might just keep all this in. Give Sam less to worry about. They'll enjoy the bloopers and the realness of being with your family.
Oh my goodness. Yes. It's like herding cats.
Herding cats? Who's herding cats around here?
And that's what it's like. Cats. It's like herding cats, keep them all on task. And
Herding. I thought you said hurting. I was like, what? Who is herding cats over here?
That's that Florida talk.
There's that Florida talk.
Is it that Florida talk?
It is. I don't know what he's saying half the time. Because Jen and Gin are the same word. What else?
It's funny because like I was just talking about this in a text message, how Floridians don't have accents, but like sometimes we do.
This is like
an attack on Ed.
an attack on it. It's called Attack Ed the Podcast.
Sure. Well, that'll be the new title for this, Attack Ed.
This episode is we finally get him to cry.
That's family for you. But Nafees, real quick, like, because you were saying in our group chat, like, when you came down here, you didn't hear, like, any people in Florida, like, have accents, right?
Not really. Yeah, I don't think.
Where do you live, Nafees?
Huh?
She lives in Florida.
I'm Florida.
But she's from Boston?
Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Massachusetts. I still can't say that right.
I did not even understand a lick of anything anybody said to me when I moved to Florida. I was like, are you speaking a different language? Is this
anybody or like specific race? Or you just like literally anyone that you met here in Florida?
Yeah.
Anybody. Everyone's just country, yeah.
We are or not?
Maryland. No, I was like, huh?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like we're that country.
I mean,
Florida's
living
pretty
in
country.
Charlotte, I've definitely heard some Southern drawl that I thought was only like in movies. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
you really talk like this.
Yeah, that's real life.
Yeah.
I mean, the accent did come from somewhere, so.
Exactly. My friend
So
was
crazy.
telling me because like in Florida, since it's especially if we're in the bigger cities, like since it's such a mix of like different accents, because we have like people from like that speak Spanish or like out of state, like if you live or out of the country, if you live in Orlando, because it's big for tourists, that since you're surrounded by so many accents, I guess you don't really pick up on one, so you don't develop one. I mean, obviously you'll hear me say y'all a couple of times, but and I do that without noticing it.
Y'all is just convenient.
Y'all is just convenient. It's just short to see. Be like y'all.
And it's gender
Neutral.
neutral. Yeah. So I like saying that. Trying to say that more.
Like
Yes.
dude is also gender neutral.
Is it?
Nude.
Dude.
Oh,
I
dude.
feel like dude specifically refers to a guy.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you what I heard.
Who told you that?
Exactly.
Trump?
Chance Calloway,
Trump?
the showrunner of Pretty Dudes, he said he picked dudes specifically because it's gender neutral.
You're a dude.
Take a look.
Back to the drawing board.
Oh, dudes. Remember that song? Did that come from?
Good Burger.
Good Burger.
Yeah. That's the second time in the last 24 hours that I heard Good Burger being brought up.
Really? Who else brought it up?
Probably because of those thick burgers yesterday.
No, because I was looking up Sinbad movies.
Yes.
Yeah. That's the second time I've heard Sinbad in the last 24 hours.
So, like, I know of Good Burger, but I don't think I actually sat down and watched it.
It comes
to be honest.
from all that
Mhm.
on Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch You never watch all that.
I did watch all that.
Really?
Yeah.
The new all that, or
No, not the old.
or the old.
Not
Did
the
you watch
new
it while it
old
was?
that.
Did you watch it while it was on air?
Yes, I watched it when like Keenan was on there. And Cal Thompson. No, I'm getting my names confused.
Amanda Bynes was also
They
on it
used to
too.
do reruns. Like
Yeah.
that's how
That's
people
what I mean.
watch like Rugrats. Yeah, they reran all that.
Yes, they reran it.
Yeah,
And
but I
there's
didn't
a
watch
new
it when
one.
it was. I don't think when it was
When it was
airing.
out, right.
I think it was all reruns.
That's what I mean.
Well, it was
Yeah.
Kel's like skit on all that.
Yeah, so like I remember watching the skit, but I don't think I actually watched the movie, or I probably did. It was just so long, and I never rewatched it. So
Yeah.
but yeah, that Rugrats, Amanda Show.
This is the discerning factor. If you're a human or you're not a human.
If I'm a human or not
Yes.
a human, okay.
So real.
Yeah, so why is
Who is the star of The Parent Trap?
Which Parent Trap?
Mm.
The one with Lindsay Lohan or the older one?
Any computer could tell you that, though.
I think she's not
A simple IMDb search would be like, which one?
I'm not a robot.
Well, what was the first one that you saw?
I've watched the one with Lindsay Lohan in it, but I don't know the original Parent Trap
she's
that
a
it was
robot.
remade
You
of.
don't-
She's not human.
Did you know that there was an original Parent Trap before?
I've never seen the one with Lindsay Lohan.
No?
Never.
When she was like younger and she like played
I mean,
twins.
I've seen like
Something.
clips of it, and I've seen the cover, and like, but I've never seen the movie.
Which makes sense.
You're lying. Have you ever seen Freaky Friday?
Turn it off.
The camera's off.
Here's how we know if you're human or not. Who was the original star of Freaky
I
Friday?
haven't seen Freaky Friday. Well, that's when they do the switch.
Yes.
Yes.
I think I might have seen like half of that. I don't remember it.
Who was the original star?
I don't remember.
So a robot.
She gets struck by lightning or something. She turns around. Selena Gomez.
Is Lindsay Lohan.
Selena Gomez, was she even old enough for that?
There was one
In the
before.
remake.
Yeah,
there's
there was one
original.
before that.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's what's her name?
Oh,
Jamie.
yeah, Jamie.
Yeah, I have seen.
Oh yeah, and Lindsay
I have
Lohan.
Damn Lindsay
Yeah.
Lohan. Jamie Lee Curtis
Right.
played her mom.
Yeah. I think in the original, Jamie Lee Curtis was the kid.
The kid.
Oh, was she in the original?
She wasn't.
Okay, you're just making up. You're just
It's,
making up.
it's possible, but I'd be like, wouldn't that be cool? If they're like,
It's possible.
you know,
Lindsay Lohan was the mom.
who was the original Cinderella?
You know, Brandy.
That's why we keep it going.
That's why you're part of the family.
He's close enough, Frankie. I love him so
Cinderella equals Brandy.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm making notes. Cinderella equals Brandy. Remember that.
That's usually a black answer, so that's why you keep them around.
I don't see color.
Oh no, we're not gonna do that.
Just that.
Not today.
No, really, I'm colorblind. No.
Oh my
Okay, it's a
God.
good con here.
It's all those Bloody Marys catching up to
Tomato
y'all.
juice.
Sorry to
It's
be.
tomato juice.
Yeah, we totally got
I feel like I warned you about this, right?
But what?
About them.
You didn't, yeah.
Well, no, I mostly warned you if we started talking about K-pop and how they'd be talking, but we're not going to talk about that, so it's fine. Yeah. What?
That is definitely a generation thing. K-pop.
Yeah.
Don't know what that is.
I mean, in America,
Like K-pop?
yes.
Huh?
You like K-pop?
I don't. I haven't heard.
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay.
I love that girl band.
Blackpink.
Blackpink.
No, the girl group K-pop.
Blackpink.
Yeah.
Blackpink. That's who you're talking
The
about.
other
That's,
ones, the ones that were on Fox 5.
are you talking about ITZY?
I don't know which were the ones on Fox 5.
I don't know. I don't pay attention to
Yes,
Fox
you
5
do.
anymore
You
since
were
I
there.
haven't.
We talked.
No,
she was there.
not when they started bringing K-pop groups. I was gone already.
Don't you remember seeing it on Instagram?
All I know is they had GOT7 on Fox 5. They had 80's on there, and I think they had ITZY. So it must be ITZY. And they're fairly
What's-
new. Like, they just debuted last year.
What's their hit song? The Itsy Bitsy Spider?
You gonna get me dragged by K-pop fans.
Z.
What are they going to do? Well, they
You're
did
going to
TikTok
get me
challenge.
dragged.
I'm on fire.
Actually, yeah.
I mean, the only people y'all ever really heard is me playing BTS, and that's it. So
Yeah. I've heard Dynamite.
Yeah.
Our kids like them.
Yes.
Like our kids.
I like showing them to the kids because they actually appreciate it.
They love it.
They love it. So
Gabriel will be watching all the videos.
All of them.
Really?
All the different languages.
he's like, that's good. I feel like the newer generation are more accepting to like different cultures and like listening to stuff and not in their original language. So
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Just listen to random things in different languages. I'm like, what language is that?
Like,
Gotta be careful now.
Yeah.
Oh, the only other language I used to listen to like growing up was like Spanish. So
Yeah.
because especially we have a high Hispanic population in Florida. So what about you, Nafees? Well, I mean, you speak another language though to your family.
Yeah, I do.
What language?
Urdu or Hindi.
Oh, yeah, nice.
How do you know that?
How do I know that? Because I'm cultured.
Oh,
Hello.
like I'm on Jeopardy right now.
That you always lose.
Get your hands stuck in that trap.
Great. All right. I think we tried to do this last time, but any other closing statements? Because we get a little rowdy.
No, don't leave.
No, don't leave. Let this be a 5-hour podcast.
Oh, that's funny.
Wow. Disrespect for me.
Told you,
Oh my
brothers.
Brothers. It don't matter the age difference.
Right? It doesn't matter. Just the disrespect. It's the disrespect.
It is a disrespect for me.
I mean, I loved being a guest on this podcast.
This was great.
Yeah,
It was really
thanks
fun.
for having
3 out of 10 would do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
We'll send you our invoice. You can just
Next time we'll have a
Venmo,
rider.
cash check.
We need to make money first before all that. So if you just want to be a free guest, that'd be great. But if you're
in
looking
life
for
is
some
free.
compensation, you might need to go to another show.
Whose idea was it to have a guest?
It was mine. Since I knew we were going to be together anyway, I thought it'd be interesting. I mean, I don't know if we really stuck on topic, but I mean, this is cool too. 'Cause I just like talking to you guys.
It's a great idea.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. It's going to be a hit.
Yeah,
It's a great idea to have guests on.
great guests to have guests on. I always wanted to have guests.
I told you guys that.
I always wanna have
way back in
guests.
the day.
You know who told somebody before you told us?
Nope, me.
I mean, I also offered to be a guest when you guys were still doing it, but that never
I mean,
happened.
I also wanted to have a guest once we actually had like a format going.
You just go with the flow at this point. You just go with the
set you guys
flow.
up with a guest.
That the gay Trump.
No, he wasn't for
What?
Trump.
No, that was Kayla.
Oh gosh, no.
Oh,
yeah.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
That would have been a disaster.
I wouldn't want that energy
No.
anywhere near me.
No,
I
it was
mean,
Tim.
You don't want the knowledge?
now it's
No,
Like, you don't.
that
You
gay.
need to know your enemy to be able to crush them.
Exactly. You got to find out what could have possibly
Yes.
attracted you
Be like a
to this man.
Okay, guys, reel it in.
Nothing.
Sorry.
Reel it.
Anyone else? I know BJ had some closing thoughts, but Michaela, anything you want to say?
No, this has been fantastic.
I hope that wasn't too loud to where if anyone's wearing headphones. I am
Those
so
things
sorry.
are crazy. Look at those sound lines. Look at those sound lines. I hope you guys liked your eardrums because you don't have them anymore.
Busting
Check your ears for blood. So I'll tell you on a closing note, you are dying every day. Okay?
Why freaking?
And cut. Just there.
Keeps it real.
So real.
Tell Sam to add that as the last word. The day needs to be the last word. You're dying
Let
every
go of your
day.
dreams and you're dying every day.
Silence. Okay?
Oh my
Bring it
God.
back, you little 20.
Okay. Well, I don't know the age range of whoever's going to be our listeners, so we haven't started posting yet.
Well,
but when
just
this
in
comes
case
out,
they're in their 20s. To crush their dreams just a little bit.
Just a little.
You really do.
Yeah.
so you're crushing
That's
my
life.
That
dreams.
actually is.
That is life.
That's actually one piece of advice I would
Yeah.
give.
What?
Yeah.
Crush their dreams?
I don't agree with that.
So like how? No, let me not. This isn't therapy.
It could be.
Yeah.
For some,
Is that a
for
good
one
thing
of
or
your- for
bad
one of your
thing?
listeners.
But there's
Yeah.
like two different
Yes.
things. There's like, it's just one of those things where you're either gonna have two reactions. It's gonna motivate you or it's gonna unmotivate you to do nothing.
Okay, can I tell you something that I've learned in my 31 years of wisdom, which is not a lot.
Preach it.
In my 31 years of life, I have learned that life happens as it happens, and everything that happens is for a reason. And how you interpret it, or how you manifest from it, or how you whatever you get from it, that experience is a lesson or a journey that you came here to accomplish. So if you don't accomplish it now, it'll come back up in your 40s. If you don't accomplish it in your 40s, it'll come back up in your 50s. So you have to make a decision in your life that either you can either decide to not do something or to do something based on the reactions of others. But others' reactions is just their reactions. Others' words or wisdom or advice is just that. That's all it is. Everything that happens in your life is from your decision of how you want to take that experience and what you want to do with it. So if people say something that discourages you, make it empower you to say that I have a choice. I can either go lay in bed and be unmotivated, which I have been there so many times over. It's not funny. I've dealt with depression. I've dealt with my family crushing my dreams or whatever. And that's my experience. But you can either lay in bed and not want to get up and move, or you can decide today I'm going to do something for myself to make myself happy. Because at the end of the day, your dad or your friends or whoever don't determine who you're going to be. You determine who you're going to be.
Amen.
So,
Class. Yeah.
you all have it inside of yourselves to be the best you that you can be. And life is just a journey.
She is still preaching over here.
Yeah. Literally life is just about the journey. And every day it gives you new experiences to help you move towards the next experience. So just take it as an experience.
Wow. True words.
That is true words. Matt, you want to try to follow up on that?
Yes, I have a little piece of advice as well.
Did you already do your closing thoughts? You want to redo it? You okay? We can go after. You go after Matt.
You're next, bro.
Yeah, very sorry.
Damn. You still get a spotlight. Don't worry.
I know. I feel like Need to Feast podcast got taken over.
So, just a little tidbit that I've learned is I was a very internalizing kid growing up, and I thought every person's reaction had to do with me. But now I realize that probably 99% of how people respond to you and how people interact with you has nothing to do with you. Mm-hmm. It's all about that person. Mm-hmm. So I used to encounter rude people. And for whatever the reason was in my head, I'd be like, oh, they don't like me because I'm Black, or they think I'm ugly. Or my ears are too big, whatever. Oh. But the reality is that
they're just rude.
Yeah, and they're rude because of something that's going on in their life. They don't like themselves, or if they're racist and they don't like me because I'm Black, that's their problem.
Yeah.
It's not a problem for me to be Black. Mm-hmm. So in your 30s, there's a transference of other people's shit back onto them. It's no, I don't want your shit.
Mm-hmm.
You keep that
over there.
I'm good over here. Mm-hmm. So yeah, just know that if other people treat you unfairly or incorrectly, it's a reflection of them, not a reflection of you.
Yes. Because happy people don't blame others. If you're happy, you're not looking at other people you're wrong or you did this or I'm unhappy because of you. It's usually unhappy people that project their stuff.
AKA every Trump supporter.
Yeah. And it's hard. Mm-hmm. It's hard to remember that because when you're in the moment at work and somebody got an attitude, it's why are you talking to me like that? But it just takes practice. Mm-hmm. You got to remember they're going through something else in their life and they're just projecting it on you. It has nothing to do with you.
Wow.
Very profound. Very good.
Thank you.
Nikki, did you have anything else? Mm-hmm. Matt? Frankie? Frankie, did you have anything else?
No, I already said you're dying every day.
Ed?
Mine. Okay. Final words.
Sorry too, because I keep calling you PJ sometimes, but okay.
I go by both names.
Okay.
My final thoughts are to combine all of them. You're dying every day, but also don't worry about what other people think. But also stop being so judgmental on yourself, right? Because when I say let go of your dreams, sometimes when we're younger, we have these huge dreams that are like, it's not realistic. So when I would go to my therapist and I would always like talk to him about like what I wanted to do in life, blah, blah. And I would always compare myself to saying that like when I was a kid, I used to want to be like a male Oprah. And he was like, you keep having this as your common theme. Like you keep comparing yourself to trying to be the male Oprah and like, you're not that. And you're not, it's unrealistic that you're going to be that. So like, maybe if you stop shooting so high, you'll stop blaming yourself for everything, like how you're not performing, how you're hanging out, blah, blah. And it's just like, you have to live in the moment. So I do think that sometimes we shoot for the stars, and then when we don't reach the stars, we act like there's something wrong with us. But it's more important to be realistic and like have a good life while being within your means, which is like when my dad used to say, like, live within your means, I used to hate that.
He still tells me that too. But the way you're saying it, I understand. Because
but it's like, you know, don't try to reach the pinnacle of something when you have no idea what it takes to do that. Or, you know, I don't know.
Compassion.
Have compassion on yourself. I don't want to be like negative, like, because it does sound negative.
No,
I know
because
that
you can still accomplish your dreams
You can
while still being happy with where you are in the moment. Like, you know, like having that compassion if you don't make it there by a certain age, or if you never make it there. It's like, it's the journey, or like you're saying, just like have compassion while you're doing it.
Yeah. It's like, am I going to be the next Beyonce? No.
Are you trying to be the next Beyonce?
Well, I used to want to be a musician.
That's
and
true.
I used to want to be like, when I was younger and a musician, I used to be like, I'm going to have a record deal by the time I'm 16. And I used to like hold myself to that. And when that didn't happen, I was like, well, what's wrong with me? And I would work extra hard, and I would like try to be in like music bands, stuff like that. And like, even when music was no longer a passion for me, I still tried to do it because when I was 12 years old, I told myself I had to be a signed recording artist. And it's like, when I moved to New York, I wanted to live in New York so bad because when I was in high school, I thought that that's where I was supposed to be. And it's like, everything happens for a reason. And I got there and I did the thing. But like halfway through, you realize, who am I appeasing?
Right.
The high school me or the me now? Because the me now wants different things, you know? So that's what I mean about the dreams.
Yeah, it's like not letting them go, but letting them mature.
Letting them evolve.
Yeah, letting them
change.
With you.
Yeah.
That's a huge word, because it's true. You can become like hard on yourselves because you're not where you think you should have been. Like, I never dreamed of being a mom or a wife, but it was the best thing that ever happened to me. But I did struggle with depression because for so long I was like, well, I never wanted this. Like, I never wanted to be a mom. I never wanted to be a wife. So I couldn't enjoy where I was and like all the blessings that it brought to my life, because I was so stuck on, this isn't what I wanted.
Yeah.
And so it's true. Like, you can make yourself, like, you can be very down on yourself and not have self-compassion when you end up somewhere where it's not what the young you dreamed of your life. But so that is a huge word, like being able to allow your goals and dreams to evolve with you.
Let your dreams evolve. I like that. That's good.
Yeah. So don't let them die. Just let them evolve.
Let them change. Let them metamorphosize.
That's definitely something I think I'm going through right now, is having my dreams change. I mean, yes and no. Like, I still want to work somewhere in the entertainment business, but now I just don't know like where exactly. So
I mean, and that's kind of what I mean. It's like, when I was in my 20s, it was like, I want to do this one specific thing, and if I'm not doing that one thing,
then what am I doing? I basically figured that life.
Yeah, like I haven't done anything, and it's like, when you're in your early 20s, you don't know shit about shit.
You
know what I mean? Like, you really don't.
To really sum it up, you don't know shit about shit.
Yeah, like Nafees, you know, like the older you get, the more you realize what you don't know.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just like, it's pointless to hold yourself accountable for pretty much any of this stuff, because you're going to make mistakes and you're going to make wrong choices that seem right at the time. And it's just like, you're always going to learn. That's just life. So it gets better the older you get.
True. So I have a question. So I'm hearing you guys saying that you guys were stuck on certain ideas and like certain thoughts. How did you get unstuck? Like, how did you make the decision to like, okay, I need to move on from this?
I practiced gratitude, like, because it was really bad for a while. Like, I had postpartum depression, and like, I was really struggling, and a lot of people didn't know I was struggling, except for like Matt, of course. But so for me, it was practicing like gratefulness. Like, I never wanted to be married or have kids, but like, look how amazing like my husband is, or like, not only as a husband and, you know, in like the traditional way, because we don't really have a traditional relationship, but like in a best friend way. So I just started to find the things that made me happy about where I was and focused on that rather than focusing on what I missed out on or what I thought I was missing out on. And then finding things in the now that I could do that brought me joy, like genuinely finding the things that bring you joy, kind of helped me to get out of that like whole stinking thinking or that whole like mindset of like, I wish, or the I would haves, or the I could haves. And it just helped me to find a different version of myself, like letting go that version of who I used to be and realizing like that I could evolve into something even better.
So it was like a process for you then?
Oh, it's a huge
like
process.
A daily process.
Oh, it's hard because sometimes I still get depressed. I mean, depression, especially if you're experiencing depression, I don't know if like, you know, everybody's not always going to experience it to that extreme if they in a situation like that. But for me personally, like, I think that was probably the hugest hurdle to get over, because when you're depressed, you like lack motivation. You don't want to do anything. You just want to like lay in bed. You constantly have negative thoughts. So that's like a huge thing to even like overcome. But it's definitely making up in your mind, like, do I want to feel this way forever, or do I want to see what else is out there? And just exploring, like, and just choosing every day to explore and find one thing more that you're grateful for in your life. And then just finding your own voice. Like, a lot of mine came from not being able to like speak up for myself. Like, so then I'm living in a life that I already feel like I don't want. And then I can't also self-advocate or tell people when they're like hurting my feelings. So then it just made it like worse. So I had to like learn to have my own voice, which was why I said earlier, it's so important to be able to set boundaries for yourself and speak up for yourself, because once you speak it, it happens. So yeah, it's definitely a journey.
Yeah. Did you keep like a diary or anything, or it was just mental?
Yeah, I did write a lot. Writing helps me personally to get a lot of the thoughts I have out, because then you feel unjudged and you can say the things that you want to say, and you know, it's just for yourself, but it gets them out of your mind and it kind of like frees that, especially if you can't verbalize it to people yet. It gives you some sense of release and kind of gets that out of your mind. So yeah, I wouldn't keep like a daily journal, but if I needed to write or express myself and I couldn't, I would write about it.
I just got deep, y'all. But it's good. It comes with age. I feel like the older you get, the more comfortable you are just sharing,
100%.
Trying to help people not make the same mistakes you did.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Even though you're definitely going to make them.
Yeah. And even if you don't want to listen to them, because I know, like, I'm saying this now, but there are points where like I'm getting advice and like I may not show it, but definitely I'm either not listening to you or I'm like, okay, well, like, you don't know what you're talking about because it's different. Like, I feel like it's different generation wise sometimes, or at least that's what I'm thinking at the moment. But at the end of the day, it's really not. It's something I'm still working on, just trying to be more receptive of not only listening to the advice I get, but just like learning how to actually take action on that advice and how I can do it my way.
I mean, that will come with age.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, Dad literally told me everything that was going to happen.
And it happened. And you never thought it would.
And everything happened. I was like, my situation is different. I'm from a different generation, like blah, blah. But it's the same thing. It's just like his application was different than mine was. But it's literally.
It is and then it isn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same. It's the same. So, like, I tell you my advice, but I'm not that far off from where you were.
Yeah, I think I can listen to your advice better because, I mean, we have a big age gap, but it's still not that far apart.
It's not that far apart.
Sometimes I feel like I can relate to you more than I can, like, with our parents.
Yeah, so I remember a lot of the stuff that happened, but also it's like, you know, I also know that when you're in your 20s, like, you are bullheaded and you're going to do whatever you want to do. And that's also part of it. Like, you're supposed to do that. And when you make the mistakes, that's when you learn. If you never make the mistakes, like, you're just never going to learn. You have to do it at some point. So that's why I say in your 20s, don't even worry about it.
So do you guys think your fear of failure decreases as you get older? Because I know that stops a lot of people, especially in their early 20s.
100%.
Like me, that stops me from doing a lot of stuff, so I don't make the mistakes.
We failed so much already. It's like, what's one more failure? Add it to the list.
Yeah.
Just another drop in the bucket. But then you realize too that those failures weren't really failures because you learned something. So
Exactly.
it's your definition of failure changes. It's not that it's like easier to fail. It's just that you don't see it as a failure.
Because it's not truly failure. I mean, like, you may have hit a roadblock, but I don't think it's failure till you give up. Like, that's truly failing. Like, nobody's perfect. So is it realistic to expect to get it right like the first time? Like, you want to have a podcast. Is it realistic that you don't have 1 million listeners like the first time? Does that make you a failure?
No.
You'd be fine with just like 5.
And then
it depends how, what?
No, I was saying then you evolve. Like, and then your podcast evolves, you know?
Were you going to say something to Nafees? Because I mean, you're like 5.
Oh, no. I'm agreeing.
Oh, okay. No, I'm saying, especially since we're starting out, like, I'm not expecting like all these people to listen to us at first, but like, I would like to keep continuing to do this so we hopefully get more listeners. And I'm sure as the more we do this, the more we'll get comfortable, the more we might change the formatting.
Yes.
But it's just mostly, I just like to talk about my thoughts and rambles.
Yes. That's what you should do.
Consistency. That's the key.
It's like Matt is attacking me personally when he says
Why is this inspiring you guys to continue your own podcast, and then maybe me and Nafees could feature on?
We're already in talks for season 3.
We're already in talks for season 3, so get your seats ready. I know that you guys were waiting for the big announcement. Here it is.
These people probably haven't even heard of you. They're like, what are they talking about?
Who are they again?
Who are they? What are their names again?
What are her uncle's
I know
names
they're
again?
Simone's family.
What's your podcast called?
It was called A Podcast Has No Name.
Based off of a Game of Thrones.
Ah,
but we don't talk about that show anymore.
The show.
Yeah.
Okay.
No
We
one
can't be
does.
associated with that.
And that's pretty much what our name still is. Then we changed it to the Deep.
The deep.
The Deep Podcast.
The Deep, yeah.
I like it.
Like so.
Deep divers.
Yeah, we're gonna like go deep into movies.
I
And then
like
it was
it.
like unadulting, but that one never.
All I know is
No, I liked
the Deep.
unadulting.
I like unadulting.
I feel like you did it.
I didn't. It was me.
Elam. That's a good name.
You right?
I'll have a chat with him later.
Yeah.
We're still.
As you can see, Rebecca's the one that mostly it's like, you guys should do it.
Yes. I'm like a huge fan.
But you guys are always more than welcome to join us on our podcast whenever
Thank
you feel like it. So
Thank you so much.
yeah, no problem. It was fun.
It was
really
a
enjoyed this
blasty
talk. I'm
blast.
glad we were able to do it.
Y'all have a good thing going.
Yeah.
Keep it up.
Any advice
For sure.
for us too while this is the last time I'm going to ask this. We're really going to close up this time. From BJ and Matt, you guys have any advice for us as podcasters?
That's my last part.
This is really it, guys.
Go ahead and turn your books to Genesis chapter 20, verse 16. I want to make this one last part. When the Lord said, what did the Lord say? Read it to the congregation. Let's go into this song real quick.
Where's the organ? Did Sam edit us an organ in the background while he's speaking?
Lord have mercy.
Oh my gosh. You fucking dog.
Yes.
Any advice?
From old podcasters to new ones, advice for us, me and Nafees. Just consistency, basically.
I think that's the
We
biggest
listen
thing.
to
That's
the
literally.
ice in the background.
Some nice ASMR.
Okay.
Consistency, I think, is the biggest. Like, even when you don't feel like recording, like if you have a schedule to record, like 8 episodes, whatever it is, just finish it and then go on your vacation.
Yeah, right now we're slated for 25, so.
That feels very pointed. That feels really,
Pointed?
really pointed.
What does that mean?
That means like it sounds like that comment was.
No, it wasn't. No, No, before we even started recording, I slated and like we have plans for 25 episodes, so I think we're gonna disperse them 6 months and see where we are.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Whatever your plan is, just
do that. Just do that.
Just do it. It's y'all too and Samantha.
well, she edits, but it's us talking.
Well, as long as y'all are equally, and I'm not coming at you.
Mhm.
I'm just learning from our mistakes. Like y'all are on the same page. Just
Help me out, babe.
consistent.
Look at him in his eyes when you say that. Look at him. Your best friend.
Best friend for how many years?
Open my eyes up.
Look at those eyes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, consistency. That's my biggest piece of advice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. Be consistent. But also a good format and a good name is important, and also a good social media presence. So if you can't come out the gate with all those things, it's not even worth it.
You didn't even have social media, did you?
It's not even worth it.
As he walks away, that's his closing statement, y'all. Welcome to his TED. Thank you for coming to his TED Talk.
All right. Thank you for listening to today's episode. You can find us everywhere that you listen to podcasts. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast. Give us 5 stars on Apple Podcast if that is what you are using, and let us know what you think in the comments. Also, you can follow us on social media at I Was Thinking Pod on Instagram and Twitter. If you have any questions, comments, or topic you think we should talk about, email us at iwasthinkingpod@gmail.com. Thank you, and we will see you next week.
Thank you, and have a happy holidays, because I think this comes out around the holidays. Say bye, guys.
See ya.
Later.
All right, bye.